Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is gang violence and interpersonal relationships. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about gang violence and respect and other kinds of relationships that individuals have in the various communities is Mr. LGreenlee. Mr. Greenlee is the founder of an organization called the Galaxy Drug Prevention Program. And with Mr. Greenlee is Mr. Rodney Briton. Briton is also associated with the Galaxy Drug Prevention Program, and the final person today is Mr. JDavis. And of course, Mr. Davis, let me welcome you, Mr. Briton, and Mr. Greenlee, all three of you to the show this morning.
Hey man, thank you for having us.
And to tell you how delighted, Mr. Greenlee, how that we are to have you here. Let's start off, Mr. Greenlee, by having you and later Mr. Briton and then Mr. Davis to give us a little sketch of your background, your education, the kind of things that eventually brought you to this show this morning to talk about gang violence and interpersonal relationships. Let's start with you.
Oh man, that's a good thing to start with.
Okay.
Let's get back to the times that I grew up in the projects, and all these things that was not available, and I got to looking at things, and I got tired of school. Okay, I quit school in the 6th grade. Didn't even get my GED. I went to prison in 1994. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and talk about these things that I see because of lack of resources and proper monies. See, with the proper directions, we have been set to where we do what we know best. And if the streets raise you, you know the streets. So what I want to tell everybody out there in this audience is, just because I sold dope, just because I robbed, and just because I done those things when I didn't know any better, okay, doesn't mean that I can stay there or have to stay there, because now look at what I do. Okay, now how can I stop one from waiting so long in their lives to finally, because let me explain to this, without God, I don't care what nobody thinks, there's no truth in it. You know, you got to find that God that's inside of you. Okay, so them things that we can start to portraying and letting folks see, and then we can have another relationship. So my whole background came from the streets.
Okay.
So the reason why I know I have what it takes is because I've been there and done that. So there are things that we must begin to do, right, for our people because of our experiences.
Very good. In Britain, what about your situation, your background, your experiences, and et cetera?
Well, I am a high school graduate. I graduated from Whites Creek High School. As of March 5th, 2009, I'm officially a legal adult, 21 years old. I am a peacemaker. I have not always been a peacemaker. During my high school years was pretty much the time where I experienced things and did things just as what Galaxy Star is doing today. I was against what our mission is because I was doing my own thing. But now that I've seen a new light, I am trying to get back in the community and tell these young people that they don't have to stay where they are.
Very good. And then Mr. Davis, what about your situation?
I guess you would call, society would say that I'm a product of my environment. I am what I lived. From the university to the penitentiary. And we all make mistakes. I made them, I stumbled. And I would consider myself the poet of this Galaxy Star presentation that we have begun. You hear a lot of people say movements, but the movement of what is in their community. And overall, Mr. Greenlee gave me an idea about reconstructing our community, and me being somewhat younger than him, but we've been down the same road. You know, every man comes a point in his life where he got to make a change if he lives long enough to make it. So that's where we are now, trying to make a change.
And so, Mr. Greenlee, do you think that there's a general belief among people who have been caught up in situations like the three of you that it is time for a change, that this is the time? And if so, why would you say that this is the time?
Well, let's say this, that everything you do is a habit. Okay, We've been in the habit of not seeing anything. Now we're beginning to see some things. So, you know, as the old saying says, monkey see, monkey do. Okay? So we're at that stage now where we're actually seeing progress. We're actually seeing folks doing things. So all we have to do now is get in and offer some real resources and opportunities, not play with these people. Because these people knowing now the game.
Okay, and of course, let me take this first commercial break, gentlemen, and then we'll come back and we'll get involved in some other aspects of what we're doing now. But I do want you to know that this is exactly what we're looking for, and we want you to simply bring out that information that you're giving us. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.